it's really a reflection of summing up of almost 30 years teaching voice, which is hard to believe now. And I started with something most voice teachers say, we all say it actually, is that we're born with a voice that's free and expressive. At least most of us are. And when we're young, we have no problem in communicating. Our voice responds very naturally to our thoughts and our desires. We ask for food, for drink, for comfort, for warmth. But when we grow up and begin to interact with the wider world of school, college, work, we're naturally shaped by our life experiences, the social norms, the desire to fit in, and we gradually begin to lose our natural freedom of breath and our natural freedom of voice. It happens to all of us, and most of us arrive at adulthood with voices that are inhibited in some way and held back. And so I've called my book, Where is My Voice? We settle into habits in order to fit in and survive, and the habits may serve us well, but we may find at some point during the course of the day our voice begins to feel tired or hoarse, especially if we're using our voice a lot for work. We might find it difficult to project in a loud environment in a pub or at a party. A lot of us have this idea that our voice could actually sound and feel a lot better than it does, and this is what often brings people to come and have voice lessons or to do a voice course. But what I do believe is that in the subconscious we retain the sense of that free voice, and working on the voice is actually a process of getting rid of all the tensions we have accumulated and rediscovering the natural progression of voice. And I describe in what I hope is an accessible way the physical process. At its very basic level, our voice is a coordination of breath and muscle. I often find that when an individual works on their body and on their breath, frees up some of the physical tensions they've been holding and starts to free the flow of breath again, quite often their voice improves very quickly. And often they don't want to do any more. But we do find that we start to waken up resonance when we work with the breath. And this often inspires people to continue because resonance brings a lot more sound, a lot more character to the voice. It's through resonance that the individual personality comes through much, much more. So I discuss all these things, and I've included a selection of my favourite exercises and ones that have worked well with all the students over the years. And then I add some text that I've chosen to take the technical stuff into spoken language, which then will transfer itself into everyday conversation and speech.